World of Warcraft, a game I remember watching my Mimi play when it really got me into my love of fantasy games. She tried to teach me once how to play. It didn't end that well, but it was all it took to spark my love for all things fantasy. Now, all these years later, I finally have a capable enough PC to play. I may have missed my chance to play with my Mimi, but this playthrough will be in honor of her. First things first is choosing a race and class, so I went with what I remembered trying to play with Mimi, and that was the Blood Elf. And as for class, I went with Hunter, as I absolutely love Ranger/Beast companion builds. As for what I was looking for when creating the character, I just kind of went with whatever I felt was a good vibe for like a Ranger. Not really having a solid idea, but I did end up liking a few of these hairstyles, to be honest. But I did end up going with a more muted color palette. And honestly, I think I fit the Ranger-esque vibes with this character quite well. And after a bit with the randomizer button, we decided on the name QL. And decided to go for the Somerset Isles home to start with. So, let's go! Okay, our first task is to talk to this lady who wants us to slay 6 mana worms. Easy enough. So we go and we make quick work of them being a ranged attack really helps with that. Once that's done, we go back, turn in the quest, and then she wants us to collect 8 lynx collars, which means we have to go and slaughter a few lynx around the area. It's not guaranteed drop, but you make quick work of these guys as well. And soon enough, we have enough lynx collars and can turn those in. Next, she wants us to speak with somebody, and we also level up at this point. So, we go and explore the map a bit, and find a couple different other quests that have popped up. So we run up this little tower bit here, and we find this person who has 2 quests for us. A quest to read a plaque at a shrine, and a quest to bring him the Will Rogers scroll, orb, and journal, which shouldn't be too hard. Then we find this guy who wants us to use one of our abilities on a mana worm, which shouldn't be too difficult, and then right across from him is this guy, who also has a quest for us. And he wants us to collect 6 arcane silver from creatures that can use mana on this island, which isn't that hard. Then we find the guy we were supposed to talk to. Easy enough. And he wants us to kill 7 Tendrils and Feral Tendrils, which shouldn't be too difficult. They're just over yonder. So I find a mana worm and use the assigned ability to bring him down and collect a mana coin while we're at it. Sorry, arcane coin. Easy enough. Then I find the journal and kill off some more mana worms, and turn in that one quest for doing the 1 attack, and then back to killing mana worms. take over and find the feral tendrils and the other tendrils and start getting rid of that quest as well. They're pretty simple enough. They're not that powerful because this is, again, a very early stage, so. In the process of doing that, we find the next item on the list that we needed, which was the scroll. Surrounded by a lot of these tenders, or whatever they're called. Eventually we can open off tenders and we find the last item we need, which is the orb, and can turn in request. Next he wants us to go kill some arcane race in a tower nearby, but we're going to hold off that and finish killing off the mana worms first. Then we turn in this guy's quest for the arcane coins, which gives us a cape, really nice. Then we go and sell off our loot after we equip some of our better stuff we found and or gotten from quests, which gives us a bit of coin that we'll need in a minute. Then we turn in the belongings, which wasn't that hard and got us some stuff we don't really need. And then that gives us our level up and lets us get the best part of this, the ability to grab a pet. And of course, I have to get a mana worm. It didn't take too long, they are not that strong. If anybody knows how to rename them, let me know, because I cannot figure it out if it's possible, because I really, really want to rename them. Then it was off for us to go and read that plaque on the shrine, which wasn't really that far, and considering that a lot of these mobs are passive, it's not that difficult to get to if you don't want to fight. So, but it's just a lot of running. You'd be surprised how much running I had to cut out of this recording. Unless of course you play the game and you know that without a mount, you're in for a long, long walk. And with the plaque red, we were off to go face the race in the tower, which they're not that bad, especially if you have ranged and a pet. 'Cause honestly, you can just hit them and the pet will do some of the work while they're trying to get to you. But they don't even stand a chance by the time they do get to you, if they do at all. So we just made quick work of these three guys here and just kept going up the levels, one by one, killing off the associated number of each of the types, till we got to the top. So, enjoy this little compilation of fun. And as quickly as we made it, we were able to get to the top, where the boss of this quest kind of waited for us. But again, he wasn't that much of a problem. Just hit him from a range and hit him with a few powerful hits and he was out. So we collected his head and we were back to turning quests. We turned in the head, which he then wanted us to... Okay, he wanted us to go speak with somebody near the bridge, which we'd go do in a minute. First we wanted to get rid of all the other quests we had done left. So we turned in the quest for the arcane silver, and then we went and turned in the quest for reading the shrine. And we gained a level up along the way, so now we're level 6, which isn't bad. So then it was just more walking until we made it to the bridge, which again isn't too far from the first area. Oh, we did get a new bow, which is slightly better than the one we started with, so I did equip that. Kind of forgot about that part. So we just ran and ran and ran till we got to Dawning Lane, where our next quest was waiting for us. So the Outlander Alarian wanted us to go see what happened to one of the people they sent out down the road. It wasn't too far down the road, but of course, he's dead. Especially by the time we get to him. So, we see that he's dead, we get the package that he was trying to deliver, and we turn around. Turn around. Oh, got my timing wrong on that one. Oh well. And then it's just a bunch of running back. Luckily they ain't that far. And now they want us to turn the package into the inn, which was just more running, and we did. We made it in one piece, and we had a choice between water or apples, and of course I chose the apples as our little reward here. And also, while we were here, went ahead and made this our home inn for now. First, easy teleportation back to the quest. Then we found a wanted poster outside. We have that quest. Pretty easy enough. Talked to this guy, who also had a quest for us, who wanted us to bring back 6 unstable mana crystals. That was going to be a bit of a problem. Then this guy wanted us to collect 6 arcane cores. Again, a bit of a problem, but not too bad. While over there, we went ahead and talked to this guy over here for future fast travel purposes. You'll find these guys along different locations. And then, of course, we had to stop at the cheese vendor and buy some cheese. Because cheese! I just find it funny. So, then we went to go find those arcane crystals. And we did. Found one. And, it's in this area with a lot of hostile creatures that, unlike the previous section, will kill you on sight if you're not careful. So we went ahead and grabbed this mana crystal here, and got attacked by this guy. So we had to be more careful in this area. But luckily enough, he went down with just a few hits. And it was a bunch of that while we collected the rest of the mana crystals. We'd kill a few in the area just to make sure we didn't get attacked while we were working on it, and just grab the crystals in the area.
I don't have a target.
Eventually we found the last of the mana crystals that we needed. And luckily enough, we were right by where the wanted poster guy was. So we went ahead and went inside, and and would make quick work of the guy and his few goons he had around him. Which, honestly, wasn't that bad. It was like 2. But, as you'll see here, we took out one guy that was right near the entrance right here. And then took out him, and then the third guy was like right around the corner, so I didn't see him till afterwards, so he started coming towards me. But again, we made quick work. So, he had another quest done. Quite simple. Our next quest was to get 6 of the ancient cores. I wasn't quite sure how to get those until I saw the walking giant robots. I kind of put 2 and 2 together. So again, we'd have to kill the smaller guys that were around so they wouldn't jump you, but being arranged didn't really matter that much. And then you just quickly and efficiently take down the robots. They weren't that bad. They didn't run very fast, and they don't have that big of a health bar, especially if you hit them with enough power from far away. So we just did a bit of that till we got all 6 cores we needed. Got jumped a few times by a couple groups of the little corrupted guys, but wasn't that bad. So. And at this point, we were able to reach level 7 and get the Hunter's Mark ability, which I still have not figured out how to completely use properly, but I'll get the hang of it eventually. We had everything we needed to turn all 3 quests we had picked up. So, we turned in the arcane cores, and he wanted us to deliver a letter, so we'll do that. Then we turned in the bounty, so that was nice. And then we turned in the crystals as well, and he also wants us to travel. So we'll get to, so we went ahead and did that while we were out. Because I also was looking to figure out how to do the battle pets. But you'll see why I can't do that here in a minute. Also because I did not do the first steps properly either. But eventually I do fix that. So then we find this guy by the bridge, and he wants us to find this tome that's in the river. Took me a minute to figure out how to swim underwater and not just on top of it, but eventually I did able to figure out how to dive down to grab the book. So I'm like right there. There we go. And simple enough, the book that he needs is right over here. So pick it up, around the water, and just head back over the bridge to give him his book. And with that, we level up, and he also wants us to bring something to somebody else in Eversong Woods. So we'll do that here in a minute. Then I finally figured out what I'm doing wrong with the pet quest, and buy me an actual battle pet. And then I get the achievement for that. I figure out how to equip them, and then he follows me around. But after a bit of searching, I find that, unfortunately, because I am a free trial, I cannot battle pets, unfortunately. Which I'm a bit upset about, but it is what it is. It's an incentive to get the subscription. But with that, I think this is a good place to stop because we have a lot of traveling to do. So, I wish you all a good night, and we'll see you all next time.